Welcome to the 2014 FIFA World Cup Disko Pool. I'm your host, Mike Disko, along with Donovan Landon from the U.S. National Men's Soccer Team. Donovan, we've got a big night ahead of us. It's exciting,
yes,
isn't it?
I'm very excited.
Right in front of us is the golden chalice of FIFA, and in it is 32 names, and those names represent the potential winners in this year's Disko Soccer Pool draw. 32 names, 2010. Many people think Spain won when they defeated Netherlands for the 2010 World Cup, but they were wrong. Spain was not the winner. The winner was Jim Fitzpatrick, who won a boatload of money, although gambling is not encouraged. But he won a boatload of money participating in the 2010 Disko Pool. This year's hopefuls?
Anybody.
Insightful as always, Donovan. This year's World Cup is not without controversy, or controversy, as Ian Dork might say. Any thoughts on you being excluded from the United States men's national team?
Well, let's just say I wasn't prepared to do this whole broadcasting job. I thought I'd be at the World Cup with my teammates, but...
Rumors are flying that you refused to learn German, and that led to your downfall on team.
Yes, Jürgen and I had a big disagreement over the German situation. I didn't think I needed to learn German since I'm playing for the United States, but he disagreed, saying that the Germans were the backbone of our team.
He was looking at you as a leadership position to mentor these 5 young German Americans, many of whom German is their primary language.
Yes.
So you refused, and hence you're here sitting next to me instead of playing.
I refused. I let my pride get in the way.
Interesting note. The 2014 World Cup, how does the U.S. look? Do they have a chance?
The U.S. has a chance. Every team in this World Cup has a chance, barring any team from Asia. The United States has a chance. If they beat Ghana in the first game, they'll get a valuable 3 points. And if they tie one of Portugal or Germany, they can advance out of this group.
So there is a path for the United States. The odds makers have found that Australia, what are they called? The Socceroos?
The Socceroos.
The Socceroos at 2,500 to 1 are the long shots.
Australia, beautiful country, beautiful people, a great place to go. Not a good soccer nation, and not a good draw this year. Group B, not a good place to be.
If you were a betting man, I know you're not,
Yes.
you wouldn't put your money on Australia.
I would never put my money on Australia.
But would you put your money on Brazil at 2.75 to 1, the favorites in this World Cup?
Yes, Brazil is my pick to win the tournament, and it should be most people's pick to win the tournament. They are the clear favorites, and they prove they can win here in Brazil at the Confederations Cup last year.
Are they the favorites strictly because they are the host nation with perhaps an easy group stage? Or does it go beyond that? Are their players superior to the others?
It goes beyond it. Brazil is a very talented team, a very good nation of soccer. And this tournament is being held in its home country. No European team has ever won in South America. So there's many reasons why. Brazil needs to win to save this country from blowing up.
Who are the other teams that you look to that might be competing with Brazil? Does Spain still have or are they still going to be dominant teams?
Spain always has a chance in big tournaments, especially under Vincent Del Bosque, whenever they have Xavi and Iniesta still playing in this team. So Spain has a chance. Germany has a chance as well. And Argentina, another South American powerhouse, has a big chance as well. They have a very easy group stage, and they have a very clear path to the semifinals.
The Netherlands made it to the final 4 years ago against Spain, fell a little short. What do their prospects look like?
Well, the Netherlands has a slightly difficult group. Chile is a surprising team that could come out of nowhere and win against the Netherlands and knock them out. But if Netherlands advances second in this group, they will most likely play Brazil in the next round, and that's not good.
Very interesting. Well, it is the golden chalice that holds the 32 names, and when we return, we'll look at group preview A through H. We're back here at the 2014 World Cup draw Disko Pool, and joining me once again is Donovan Landon, who failed to make the U.S. men's national team under Jürgen Klinsmann. Donovan, 8 groups of 4, 32 teams as contained here in the golden chalice of FIFA. Let's go through the groups.
All right.
Group A, we've got Brazil, Croatia, Mexico, Cameroon.
Right. Well, starting off, Brazil, obviously the favorites of this tournament. I would expect them to advance out of this group. I don't know anyone who has picked them to not advance out of this group. That's easy. The second place is a little bit trickier. Croatia, a very good team, ranked as high as 4th last year in the FIFA rankings, not that they're accurate. Croatia would be my pick to come in second, but Mexico has a shot as well. Mexico, a team that I don't like very much, and the people that
El
like
Tri?
me. El Tri, yes. They're a struggling nation right now, but usually they do well, so they have a shot. Cameroon, unfortunately, looks like they're going home early.
Yes, Mexico, probably the leading contender in our region, but they have fallen by the wayside, it appears.
Yes, they have.
Group B, we've got Spain, the defending champs, Jim Fitzpatrick really, Netherlands, Chile, and Australia, the Socceroos, as we've talked about earlier.
Well, Group B is a team that's dominated by Spain and Netherlands, two traditional European powers. But watch out for Chile, South American team that has some good players. Arturo Vidal of Juventus can make things happen. I think Chile has a chance at upsetting the Netherlands here and advancing.
That would be a shock to the Orange fans. Group C, Colombia, Greece. How do you say that? Côte d'Ivoire?
Cote d'Ivoire.
And Japan. Used to be the Ivory Coast, right?
It still is.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That's just the French name for it.
Aha. Colombia, the top seed there.
Colombia is the top seed there, but however, they are missing their best player.
Who might that be, Landon?
Radamel Falcao, striker, their best player and their leading goal scorer in qualification. So this group is pretty wide open, probably the most wide open of any group here. Japan, as always, a very disciplined team, and they have a shot. Greece will concede no goals, but they probably also won't score any, so they've got a shot. And the Ivory Coast, probably the most talented team in Africa, although they usually don't show up on the international stage.
And here's our first quiz. The nickname for the Ivory Coast team is Les Elephants.
The Elephants, of course.
And the nickname for the Japan team is
Something blue.
Samurai Blue.
The Samurai Blue.
So maybe if when they match up, that would be a very interesting. Will the Samurais kill the elephants?
I think they would.
Group D, Uruguay, Costa Rica, England, and Italy. Some historic names there.
Well, yes, we have 3 former World Cup champions in one group. I would say this is the second hardest group to predict what would happen, the second group of death, if you will. Uruguay should be the favorite in this group based on seeding. However, if you look closely, they weren't as strong in qualifying as Italy or England. I would say Italy is the favorite here in this group, known to do well on the international stage, and they've performed well at the Confederations Cup and the Euro before that. And England and Uruguay will be fighting it out for second place. I would give the advantage to Uruguay because England, you know, they're going through a transition, and I don't really like them very much.
Let's face it, England's all talk,
Yeah,
no action.
and if they get into a penalty kick shootout, they're going to lose. Costa Rica, you'll be lucky to score a goal.
Ooh, bold prediction for the second seed team there. Group E, Switzerland, Ecuador, France, Honduras.
FIFA corruption at its finest here. Switzerland getting a #1 seed.
Yes.
Getting the top of the draw, and getting the easiest group of the tournament here. France, barely qualifying for the World Cup, gets thrown into this group where they can now be considered the favorite to advance. Ecuador, one of the weakest South American teams, they probably could come in third. I don't think they can come in second. I think France will win this group. Switzerland will come in second, and Honduras, another CONCACAF team, finishing in last place.
France, the team that just a few years ago quit on their coach,
Yes.
stormed a walk-off. You are predicting they will come out of the group stage.
Yes, it's a new coach,
Shocking.
a new team. They've gotten rid of some bad
Shocking.
people. They're going to win this group.
Group F, Argentina, Iran, Nigeria, and Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Well, Argentina must be licking its chops looking at this group. Bosnia, it's making its first World Cup appearance, is a strong nation from Europe. They did very well in qualifying. They can give Argentina a run for this money. However, those two teams, clearly, there's a gap between them and the next two, Iran and Nigeria. Nigeria, it's an alright team in Africa. They were the African champions, but do they have what it takes on the international stage? I don't believe so. And Iran will be lucky if they don't concede 4 goals a game. It's a very bad team.
Most U.S. fans just saw Nigeria play the U.S.,
Yes.
a game that the U.S. had, I'd say, in control.
Yes.
2-1 victory. They gave up a goal late. So the U.S., as we move to Group G, played Nigeria specifically to prepare for Ghana.
Yeah.
Group G, the group of death, as they call it, Germany,
Group of
Portugal,
death.
USA, and Ghana. 3 teams that USA was probably hoping to avoid.
Yeah. First of all 4 of these teams qualified for the second round of the last World Cup. They're all strong teams. Ghana, a team that always does well at the World Cup and has knocked the United States out of the last 2 World Cups. That's going to be a big game. The first game for the United States on June 16th, the Ghana-USA game, could determine the fate of both teams. Germany and Portugal, the 2 favorites for this group by the odds makers. However, Portugal, a team that relies heavily on its star player, Cristiano Ronaldo, can be upset, and the U.S. can push Portugal out and get in second place. Germany should probably win this group very easily.
Right now, injury concerns for both Germany and Portugal. Germany without
Marco
their
Ruiz. Yes.
central midfielder, and Cristiano Ronaldo for Portugal currently
Yeah.
having some tweaking of the muscles, perhaps, or something
Yeah.
like that.
If Ronaldo can't go, I've seen this Portuguese team without him, and they are not good without Ronaldo.
I think the first match, though, really sets the tone for the U.S. They
Everything.
have to beat Ghana, don't they have to?
It's a World Cup final in that first game.
Finally, Group H, Belgium, Algeria, Russia, and Korea Republic.
Well, how do you get a group like this, where Belgium, #1 seed, very good team, but then you get thrown in Korea, Algeria, Russia, after getting a group like Germany, Portugal, United States? I just don't understand it. But the thing is here for this group, Belgium should advance very easily. And Russia, many people don't know this, actually qualified ahead of Portugal for qualification, so they're a good team as well. Korea and Algeria will be fighting out for 3rd place.
Okay, that wraps up our group preview. One last question, Donovan.
Yes.
Golden Boot Award goes to who?
Golden Boot will go to, I'm going to say, Miroslav Klose of Germany.
Oh.
They take the all-time World Cup record in goals.
Not good news for U.S. unless we advance with them.
Yes.
So when we come back, we will introduce Jim Fitzpatrick, who will pick the names out of the Golden Chalice. Welcome back, and we're here for the moment that really matters, the choosing of the names from the Golden Chalice. But not before controversy has once again reared its ugly head. It has been reported by FIFA that there are 5 names within the chalice that have failed to make their FIFA payments. They are Sandy Lina, Joe Lina, John Lina, Eva Lina, and as strange as it seemed, Landon, Joe Policastro from the accounting firm of Policastro, and Policastro, who have certified this, is also not paid. So once again, nothing's an easy route. More crazy than that is the fact that Jim Fitzpatrick, the 2010 defending champion, has sent word through their publicist that they have refused to have Mr. Fitzpatrick, known as Little Jimmy Fitz, show up on camera. He likes to keep a low profile. So instead we have, well, we were told we must have Little Jimmy Fitz's little brother, Little Frito Fitz, and Little Frito Fitz is going to help us choose the names from the Golden Chalice. To make things interesting, we're not going to start at Group A, but we're going to start right at Group G, the United States group.
Wow.
And then we'll go from H all the way back.
I like that idea.
So, the first name that Frito is going to pick is going to be from Group G, and it will be for the U.S. of A. So the
United
first
States.
pick will be for USA. So,
Any other sport you'd want it.
Frito, if you'd like to mix them up and hand me the card. First name for the United States of America. The tension is very thick here. Having difficulty. Help me. Policastro did a fine job of sealing these. So fine, in fact, that I can't open it.
What the heck did you do?
Finally. And it is Mora Disko for the United States of America. USA.
Wow.
Mora Disko.
Conspiracy theorist.
That's not you, Frito. Mix them up, and the next choice will be Ghana, first round opponent of the United States.
Ghana.
No, thank you. I've clearly proven I can do this.
It's not a team
Tension
you
is
want to
mounting.
draw.
Tension is mounting.
Avoid those teams from Africa.
And we're getting better at this. Matt Schmidt.
Matthew Schmidt.
If ever a Ghana fan there was, that is Schmidt.
Rooting against Germany in this one.
Next up, Portugal. Perhaps, Landon, you could cut and hand them to me.
Yes. I think I could.
Frito wants a cup.
We don't give scissors to Frito. Not so easy.
Yeah, it's stuck together. Extra security.
Paulo Castro, Paulo Castro, Paulo Castro, Paulo Castro.
Oh,
Oh, Tevin Knight with Portugal.
oh.
And finally, Germany in Group G.
This is the team that everybody wants. One of those big seed teams.
One of the favorites. They clearly always get through the group stages. Is their
They
reputation.
always have.
The tension is palpable. You could cut it with scissors. Sometimes not.
I don't know if we're gonna get this one.
Perhaps this is why Donovan Landon did not make the U.S. team.
I'm better with my feet.
Bite it open.
Certainly no tampering here.
I'll just cut that. Okay.
Thank you.
It's like in the
Can
old
I
guy.
even?
dropped
Here,
the
I'll
ball.
try and read the name with my supervision.
Did we not cut the tape?
What the heck did you do? What is it? Why'd you seal it like that?
Extra security.
You didn't try one out beforehand?
That's how we knew no one could get to them.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to cut this all out. Talk about a waste.
There we go.
Brian D. Fiore.
Ah!
Die Mannschaft.
How's that happen?
You
next-
get the good ones, Landon.
Next, we will go to Group 8, H, and Belgium.
The trendy pick.
With the name there.
Luigi Saraceno.
Ooh.
Next, Algeria.
This is African, right?
Algeria?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew Hamlish.
Oh! Yikes.
Next, Russia.
Rashan.
Gosh.
Rashan.
Clearly more confident of the security of this than the NBA draft.
Yes.
Sandy Lina, a Russian fan.
Maybe not the team.
Korea, not a favorite.
Korea.
This is not a team you want.
What if you're Chinese or Korean?
Bruce Pearl, now a fan of Korea.
They do have a good lacrosse team.
We are now going to Group A and Brazil,
Oh.
the host
The
nation.
favorite. Everybody wants this one. Extra security.
Brian Sheehy with Brazil.
Wow.
His favorite color is green. Croatia, next.
Lucky name is Green. this is Blue Ivy.
Ryan Coutinho.
Ooh.
Mexico next.
Arrival.
I really don't like this team.
Silence, Frito.
Hey! My name's not Frida. It's Frida!
Joe Policastro.
No wonder why he hasn't paid.
Cameroon.
South American?
Africa.
Same thing.
No talk.
Can't talk, I need one.
John Balboni.
Ooh.
Cameroon. Spain.
Lucky Davis.
A lot of people want this country. Popular one.
It's a good one.
It's a good one, alright.
Casey Sheehy.
Oh, conspiracy. The Sheehy's getting the top 2 teams.
You know what that can lead to?
Netherlands. Matt Disko. Cameraman is happy.
Woo!
I don't know if that was a
Chile.
good choice, but
Chile.
yeah. A lot of people are hoping for Chile, right?
No people want Chile.
I know, that's the point.
Joe Lina. Australia.
Only take one.
Again, the
The odds on last place finisher.
odds on.
Dingo.
Nice country.
Do we have a kid named Dingo on this thing?
Matt Seal.
Ooh.
Cameraman is smiling. Group C, Colombia.
Colombia. Let's see.
Dan Madden.
Ooh.
Greece. Roberta Ares. Ivory Coast.
A favorite to win this one.
So you say.
Joe Fories. Japan.
Ah.
Guy Seal.
Tough draw for the Seal family.
Group D, Uruguay.
Known for biting people.
Luis Suarez reference.
We can use some Abby to this hour.
Older, Pat Phillips.
The chalice of life has chosen.
Costa Rica.
This is not a team you want to draw.
I don't want to get this one.
It's not a team you want to draw.
That's official.
John Lina.
Not so was a good choice for him.
England.
This is a good one right
Evelina. England.
Hitting the liners against each other.
Italy.
This is a nice one.
Italy.
We can only hope who gets this one.
It's a team people would want to get.
Deneen Izzy. Italy. Group E.
Dun, 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 dun.
Switzerland.
Switzerland. Ooh. Swiss.
Jim Little Fitzpatrick, the defending champion.
I know he's my brother, but I don't think he's gonna win this time with that team.
Ecuador.
It's going to be a tough to repeat, huh?
It is tradition, of course, that the winner must buy a suitcase of White Castle hamburgers.
Yes.
Ecuador goes to Kevin Finnegan.
Big
France.
one. France. So, put them back.
Put it back, please.
Put it back. No tampering.
There's a double tape.
This one's well secured.
Paul Castro's really wanted this one. Locked up. France goes to Mike Izzy.
Wow.
France. Honduras.
It's not a team you want to get.
Landon, you're still available in this, aren't you?
I'm not rooting for this one.
David Ares, Honduras. Group F, the last group here, Argentina.
Is it? You really hope it's Argentina now.
Yeah, you're right.
Brenda Balboni, Argentina.
Big name. Last big name off the board.
There you go, Donovan.
Bosnia Herzegovina.
What?
It's the best shot for me.
Bosnia?
Yeah.
No, it's not good.
Good team.
The name is interesting.
2 names.
Same thing.
Double the chance of winning.
Mikey Disko.
Kid got lucky.
Oh, well, I did give it to you, Donovan.
Iran.
Probably not going to win it.
No, probably not going to win it.
Unless something crazy happens.
Yes.
Keith Disco, former brother of mine, will no longer talk to me now. And finally, Nigeria.
Yeah, well, that's all.
The last name. Who is it?
And I have no idea who the last person
I
is.
don't know either.
Patrick Tricky Phillips.
Ooh.
Nigeria.
When we come back, we will sum up. And we're back. Thank you, Donovan Landon. It's been a pleasure with you. We picked the 32 names from the Golden Chalice. USA go to the Disco, Mora Disco. Germany, D. Fior. Tevin Knight with Portugal. Ghana with the Schmidt family. Belgium, Luigi Saraceno. Argentina, Brenda Balboni. Switzerland, Jim Fitzpatrick. Uruguay, Pat Phillips. Colombia, Dan Madden. Spain, Casey Sheehy. Netherlands, Matt Disco. Brazil, Brian Sheehy. Croatia, Ryan Catino. Some of the favorites. Some of those who didn't fare well today, the Seal family with Australia and Japan. They may not even get a victory between them.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look that way.
Others who might have a tough time are Bruce Pearl with Korea.
Keith Disco with Iran.
Yes. Tough selection there for Keith Disko. But anyway, we hope you've enjoyed the 2014 FIFA World Cup Disco Pool draw from the Golden Chalice. Saying farewell from Hemlock Terrace. Thank you, Donovan.
Thank you.
Good night.